I'll be a good sport and let you go first.
Oh, you're letting me go first?
Like, you can decide where the first spell goes, and I have to defend it. Which, by the way, those are the rules for anyone. I haven't done a video like this for Elden Ring yet. Basically, the general gist here is a tag team tier list where one person decides where shit should go, and the other person has to defend why it's in the place that it is.
I'm gonna come out swinging, man. I want you to put Rain of Fire.
I know exactly what you're gonna do.
In the S tier.
You piece of shit. It was either gonna be that or Impenetrable Thorns. Okay, Rain of Fire and S tier. Well, first of all, it's a multi-hit. And if you know anything about the end game, if you're not a fucking plebeian who's still trying to beat it on their first attempt, in the end game and in New Game Plus iterations, multi-hits are the way to go. Fire is the best type of damage. Well, that's up for debate, but it can trigger the stop, drop, and roll animations on the finger creepers. You can stun Miranda Sprouts with it. You can It's incredibly FP efficient because most of the people who have it, they don't even use it. That's how good it is. It's basically 0 FP. Like, you don't even need to use it to reap the benefits of it.
Okay.
And can you really say that with any other incantation? I don't think you can. Even with support incantations, you have to at least cast it once and be like, okay, well, I used it, now I'm reaping it. But no, you can reap the benefits of it by having it in your inventory and forgetting it ever existed. And it just helps you. All right, my time's up.
I find it fascinating that you used Rain of Fire and the word benefit in the same sentence.
Well, you fucking put it in S tier, so I had to do something.
Yeah, well, not great for you. If I am going to be honest, I think I'm looking good right now.
Okay, well, if you're gonna come out swinging, then I mean, what the fuck else? What other choice do I have to do than put Thorns in fucking D tier?
Oh yeah, well that's
so
easy,
if you're coming
man.
out swinging, then I'm coming out swinging.
Look, just start the timer, alright? I'm gonna tell you exactly why this piece of garbage incantation gets to be bottom tier. And that's because...
It's a sorcery.
Well, it's sorcery, whatever. Look, I play these games professionally, man. Shut up. It makes the game too easy, alright? It just drains the fun out of it. Is it strong? Yes. But... on a mental level, the mental game, this thing ruins it for you. And so if you use this spell, this sorcery, you are a pleb and you should feel bad.
Just don't ever summon, by the way, either. If you summon, you're a piece of shit.
Oh yeah,
if you use Comet Azure, you're a piece of shit. If you play the game with one ball tied behind your ass, you're just a piece of shit.
If you use friends, you're a piece of shit. If
you didn't beat the game literally in a hospital bed suffering from testicular torsion, your opinion just doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly.
That was pretty easy to agree. Honestly, I had that defense prepared for if you had sprung Thorns on me, like on your first turn, that's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah. You know what?
See, now there's nowhere for us to go now, because like all the other ones are just like, yeah, they're all right.
I'm gonna take Watchful Spirit, and I'm gonna place that in C tier.
Okay, you do know this is a joke tier list, right? We're not supposed to take it. I would actually rank this in like low C to high D tier.
Yeah, come on, give it to me.
So for starters, does holy damage, so that's already like one huge notch against it. You can take out Ghostflame Dragons with it, which, you know, oh fuck, exciting. The only utility I've ever been able to squeeze out of this is like when you're facing NPC enemies and like human-esque invaders, the projectile will flinch people out of attacks. That's the only thing. It doesn't fire in a straight line. You have to be literally looking at your target for it to lock on properly. Otherwise, it'll just take a dive in the wrong direction. It's a utility spell that doesn't help that doesn't do its utility correctly. If I'm facing in the direction of whatever's attacking me, I have a fucking sword. You ever heard of a sword before?
I have a
Why do I need a floating skull above my head? Why do I need a floating skull above my head to make this work?
I'm gonna tell you why. Because floating skulls...
Okay, well my time's up, so go ahead.
Yeah, floating skulls are cool, alright? It's the intimidation
you want to tell me
factor.
About your Judas Priest tattoo?
I mean, maybe later if we have time. It's a tramp stamp, actually. It's right above my butt crack, but still. Skulls are cool, and I think that for the style factor alone, it doesn't belong in C tier.
Okay, so you're a PvPer, and I've heard this spell functions vastly differently in PvP versus PvE. So I want to hear your take on why Miriam's Vanishing is A tier.
Oh, that one's easy, man, because Not
I
only
want to
do
hear
we,
this.
not only do we have the style points, you can confuse your opponents. You can really manage to dodge out of the way and then attack from the side. Look, in invasions, it can be a little hard to use, but in duels, this is a perfect way to fluster your opponent, to confound them, to make them go, oh, there was a person in front of me, and now there's not a person in front of me. That's it. And then you retaliate with whatever spell or whatever attack weapon. You know the attack weapons?
Yeah, the many of them.
Yeah,
all three. There's a sword. You can use your finger.
Exactly.
You can use an actual finger.
You can use an actual finger.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's true.
You can use multiple fingers because you have gloves now made out of human skin, or an actual large finger. At any rate, Miriam's Vanishing, great PvP spell. You can just nope out of there. But here's where we go from here, man. We take
All right, fuck you doing.
We take Bloom and we put it in S tier.
All right. I can't wait to explain to you why this spell is so fucking great.
Yeah, I love it.
First of all, I actually have a point for this one that I don't think a lot of people... This is fucking amazing against Jagged Peak Dragons, especially the two that are fighting, because no matter how bad... I mean, no matter how great a spell is, it's always going to be better if the enemy you're looking at doesn't know you exist. And on big dudes, this can actually chunk away some pretty good HP. The casting animation is as long as it is because it really wants to, Elden Ring is a slow and deliberate game, and it really wants to drive home the intent with what you're doing, and it really makes you just want to savor the amount of fucked that your target is about to be here in the next 3 minutes when the casting animation finally goes off.
Yeah.
Gets boosted by the Crucible set. Done. There you go.
So
Crucible set's one of the best armor sets in the game.
So your argument here is it's good against the dragons that fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has a really slow casting time to really digest what you're doing. you can fire this thing up and then go have lunch. Let's hear why the chaos dunk of the game, the basketballer himself, Messmer, and his orb is in D tier.
Oh, well, that's easy because look, man, I don't
want backwards is bro, and bro, the spell sucks.
I don't want to come off as insulting here, but basically you would be cosplaying a serpent infused twink, and that's not for everyone, all right? That's for not the vast majority, but the opposite of that, which I forget the words for, but it's for them. And so, by process of elimination, you have to put this dunk down at the F tier. Is it good on a technical level? Does it do a lot of damage? Sure. Does it make you float in the air so you don't take damage from ground attacks? And is it good against bosses? Sure. Have I seen this spell be used in multiple stylish ways? Sure. But you know what? This isn't for you.
Time's up.
It's not for you. I thought I was gonna be very straight to the point.
Not for everyone tier.
I don't think I'm gonna be very straight for the point.
60 seconds goes by quicker than you think it does when you're trying to convince people of your bullshit.
Yeah. Then here's what we're gonna do. We are going to take Divine Beast Tornado and put it in A tier.
Well, did you know it can clean the barnacles off the walking mausoleums?
No, actually.
Yeah, did you know that? Yeah, it's actually a very speedy way of doing it. I found a comment in one of the DLC, or the DLC incantation video that is like, oh, you can wash cars with it, basically. And I'm just like, yeah, that's important. Yeah, I'm sure that fits somebody's playstyle. If you want to take 10 seconds shorter, if you want to waste not as much time duping a spell than you normally would, it's great for that. It's also really good at traveling in a straight line, to a fault, some would say. And it's also got like that spinny animation, like when you start generating wind, that can actually flinch smaller enemies. Gets boosted by the Enraged Talisman. the Enraged Beast Talisman, which is nice. You certainly aren't going to use that for Stormblade and Storm Assault and like everything but this. And you just I just wish it had a pair of legs so it could go up fucking stairs. It's really all it's missing. It's really the only downside if you think about it.
Well, you say all of this. I just want to point out that you're not smart for saying this. It's your comment section that is smart for saying this.
That was like 10 seconds of my actual retort. It's just like, oh, I can wash barnacles off of shit.
That's my story and I'm sticking to it.
Butterflies and B. B for butterfly.
You know what, man?
Strut your stuff.
I can do that. This is perhaps one of the most stylish spells in the game. You float up and hot pink butterflies emanate from your very essence, and you do a cool pose and then you sit down. The thing is though, it's not very strong. So it's stylish, it has the style points, and it does some damage, but unfortunately, the lack of viability puts it down on a B tier. This is more of a cosplay thing than anything else, but a cosplay thing with some strength to it.
I just realized neither of us are going to be using the B tier because it's too meh.
You say that, but
maybe you want to make the other person say dumb shit. You're like, oh, it's D tier. Dude, it fucking sucks. Dude's stupid.
No.
Like, no one's ever going to go for the middle ground.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about this then? I'm going to take the Light of Miquella and put it squarely in B tier.
Well, this is a big ol' I don't know. I have no choice but to say this spell is B tier because I don't know what's happening on my fucking screen whenever I cast it. I don't know how much damage it's doing. I don't know. I can't. It turns my game into a slideshow. So I can't really put it in D tier because it's obviously not doing anything. There's a giant pillar of prayer energy coming from the ground and just like orbital lasering your enemies. So it's obviously doing something. It may not be doing the best damage. It may not be doing it. Look, if you put something like this into the game, it better be doing 10,000 fucking damage to whatever I'm hitting. It better just annihilate whatever I'm aiming it at. And it just does it. I think there's no room for this spell to be S tier because it's too grand of a presentation for it to like justify the amount of damage it's doing. And you can't put it in D tier because it's a big fucking laser. Of course it's not in D tier.
You know, it's funny that you say that because my video on this was called
72 fucking faith. Go fuck yourself. Stupid ass game.
My video on this was called FromSoft gave us an orbital laser. And people really liked it.
Let's do Ghostflame Breath in S tier.
So this one is also easy for me, man, because it's a dragon breath, right? As a PvP player, I have been inundated with different breath attacks my entire professional career. I hate this thing so much that I would, if I could, rip off Miyazaki's face and okay, I don't know where I was going with that. The point is, I hate fighting this thing, and because I hate fighting this thing, I have to just concede it's good. It's S tier, man. It's really strong. You just do damage and it's hard to avoid it, and you can take out multiple enemies, and it's Ghostflame. It's an undead dragon. Come on. When I played not Age of Empires, but Heroes of Might and Magic, I always went for the skeletons because I was a spooky boy, and this is a kind of a skeleton spirit ghost dragon. Bang!
No further explanation needed.
No.
It does damage and frostbite? What the fuck?
Yeah, that's definitely something.
How can you not like it? Oh, well, yeah.
You sound exactly like the people that I invade.
This tier list is already looking pretty,
scuffed?
Pretty wonderful. Pretty wonderful.
Oh, yeah, wonderful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, I just don't have any complaints with that. I don't know what you could possibly criticize about this.
Yeah, me neither. So we're gonna continue on with the S tier, man, and we're gonna put the porcupine spell up there. Thorns. Boom.
God damn, this is my favorite fucking spell in the game, man. The amount of damage you can squeeze out of this with thorns, or no, fucking with Crucible Set. You can activate Rotten Wing Sword with it. It's compatible with so many. It actually does physical damage, which is not what I thought it would be. I thought it would be like a holy damage spell. but it's not. It's physical damage, which means it's great with everything. You can swat flying fucks out of the air with it because it's basically just a shotgun with a 360-degree spread. Like you're gonna hit something with it. That means it's great with taking out flyers, great at dealing with perfumers, two of the the most annoying enemies and least straightforward enemies in the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's incredibly FP efficient. And you can even, like, when you do the fucking breakdown, you can even break dance out of fucking attacks, out of the attack range of something else. So good luck stomping on me, trolls, when I have this by my side, you peasants.
I think that in all of my invasions, I've seen this one exactly once, and I only saw it because I was the one using it.
Yeah, it's just mid. In the middle of S tier, I mean, because it's so good.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know what else is good?
What?
Fucking Electrocharge, A tier.
You know what? It might not be the most damage, but this incantation has something that very few other
might not be the most.
Look, it might be like 8 damage per charge, per hit, right? It might be perhaps the least amount of damage that you could do with a spell. Here's the thing, though. No other spell has the meme potential that Electrocharge has. I once chased a guy with Electrocharge, and I did like 70 damage just by running after him, seeing him panic. Is it good? I would argue maybe not. However, it puts a smile on my face, and you know what they say? The more you smile, the more you live.
That's the only thing that really matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Rain of Fire puts a big old smile on my face whenever I use it. That's for fucking makes me laugh my ass off.
You gave me Electrocharge. You know what I'm gonna give you?
Florisax.
No. Why would I do
what?
that? No, obviously we're gonna use the fingers. The fingers that comes up from the ground, and we're gonna...
the cherishing.
Yeah, the
fuckers.
cherishing fingers. Put them in D tier, man.
It's just shit. It's fucking garbage. You
That's
can
F.
never decide.
That's F tier. Put them in D
No,
tier.
it's S, A, B, C, D.
No, it can't be. No. This is hurting my soul. It's got to be F, right? It's the fail tier.
There.
Okay.
It's just gonna be like that for the rest of the video. The efficiency ceiling for this is way too goddamn high because it has two distinct purposes, and you'll only ever be able to use it for one, which is deflecting shit you don't want to hit you and doing damage to hyper aggressive fuckers. And you are never gonna be in that same situation with in two of those situations at the same time. And it always feels like there's this nagging at the back of my head, like, oh, I should have used this to deflect, or, oh, I should have used this to deal damage to that enemy that's really annoying. I could have killed him with that. And it's just like it stun locks you to the point where you're just not doing anything. Inaction is one of the greatest crimes in a FromSoft games, as everyone knows. Standing still is the easiest way to get yourself killed. That's gonna bug the shit out of me. Just put it here. Just
when I said D tier, I did actually mean C tier. Then, if this is your D, then I meant C tier. All right.
What the fuck? Okay, fine, whatever.
Because I wanted to fill that spot. That's what I wanted to do, and then you told me that it's not actually F tier, and like if we have an S tier, we just skip. Man, yeah, I'm going to expect one of those team YouTube plaques in the mail soon from you, Rusty.
From me?
Yeah, from you.
Why am I giving you one?
Because I'm helping you with a video, and so you're going to have to... You now owe part of your success to me, and you're going to have to send me one of those things.
You're going to have the second half of the... Okay, shut up. Land of Shadow in D tier.
Yeah, of course. Of course. Because it comes from the plant, man. It comes from the plant. It's like sunlight also...
Fuck plants.
And darkness. It's sunlight and darkness. That's just silly.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah, it doesn't work. And so this is why it goes in the D tier or F tier if you're me, because quite frankly, man, it's stupid. It's dumb, and the plant should feel ashamed of itself for coming up with such a stupid idea.
Timer over. It's just stupid. How dare you make Elden Stars better?
I want you to take Glintstone Nail, and I want to put you to push it all the way up in S tier.
The single nail in S tier.
Yeah.
Okay. I can unironically tell people why this is S tier, because this shit is 10 FP for a fucking laser pointer. This is a sniper. Do you know how fucking far this thing can go? It is insane. It can if you miss with it, it has that 5-stage like tracking bullshit where it can loop around and like hit the enemy in the ass, which is wonderful. And it does shit damage. But so does every other Glintstone, like, basic sorcery. So does Glintstone Pebble. So does GGS. Once you start learning the ins and outs of how sorceries work, like, none of the straightforward, forward-traveling line spells do significant damage. That's not their purpose. The purpose is to look at a guy and be like, here's a Pebble. And this is just, like, that spell, but with 10 times the range with no compromise to damage. Unironically, one of the best spells.
Well, you may have made a good point there. That you did a good job.
I was surprised when he was like, why did you make me defend that one?
Well, you know what? I'm playing the long game here.
You can play the long game with Glintstone Nail due to its incredible range.
Ooh, burn. But I'll come back.
You can play nothing but the long game.
I'll come back, man. You come at me, and I'll come at you.
Why don't you explain to me why the photo scan of Miyazaki's ballsack is in a B tier for ballsack?
Well, that's an easy one. You have to keep in mind that these giant spherical testicles here are big because Miyazaki's ballsack
unlike
is
the square
worthy
ones.
Of yeah. But they are worthy of worshipping. They are, however, easy to avoid, I'm afraid. It's like Miyazaki is a giant and he tries to, instead of stepping on you, he tries to, like, hit you like a wrecking ball with his testicles.
He tries to hit you with his balls.
Yeah, exactly. He tries to squash you with his balls. And that is very intimidating, so it deserves to have some respect. However, it is fairly easy to avoid once you know how to, and so giant Miyazaki with ballsack. When I say all of this, though, personally, I'd want him to hit me.
Miyazaki, if you're listening, please put a troll enemy with a giant fucking ballsack just dragging the ground, and his main attack is that he hits you with it like a fucking flail. he just like he can extend it like Mr. Fantastic and just one shot with you from like 500 feet away.
You are going to take Glintstone Nails and put it in F tier.
Do you mean D tier this time, or do you mean...
the bottom one?
Okay. So obviously, Nails is nowhere near as strong as its more successful brother-in-law. Because you think since it's a multi-shot, is like, oh, this is going to help me out in later expeditions in the game, in New Game Plus and everything. It's actually not. The damage, because it's a multi-hit, they actually like throttled the damage so far down that it's barely even worth using for the amount of FP that it has. It costs 23 FP to cast. I could end it right there, but I'm going to keep going.
You could end it right there, but you have more time.
I'm going to explain to you why this spell is just fucking dumpster tier. Because why the fuck would you ever use... We're comparing it to the nail, right? We're not comparing it with any other sorcerer. All it had to do was be better than the nail. And it fails at that regard in every comparison. So if you're not better than the nail, why the fuck would I just not use the nail for literally every encounter and every situation? It leaves no purpose to be explored. And I think that's the true bottom of the bottom.
So you're saying that if it's an everything or nothing type of deal here.
Yeah, fucking... and 23 FP leaves me with nothing in my FP bar, so...
you need to level
mind. If the Glintstone Nails give me nothing, then I'm gonna give it nothing in return. So there's 2 more for each of us. And I'm trying to decide if I should give you a shitty one for like a last hurrah, or if I should save those for your video.
Just lay it on me, dude. Come on.
Fuck it. Grav Missile C tier. Eat shit.
This spell is clearly damaging, right? It's clearly damaging. It's damaging
to my emotional state.
It has a huge hitbox. It is one of the more effective big boy spells because it hits multiple times. But here's the thing. I can feel when I use it a seizure coming on, and it's very bad for my health. My physical well-being cringes whenever this thing pops up, and so we can't put it anywhere near, like, we can't put it in D tier or F tier, if you will, because it's too good. But it's also too good and too seizure-inducing for every other tier. So it's gotta be C, man. It's gotta be a Glintblade Trio, and put it in A tier.
Oh man, dude, have you seen this thing's damage? Holy fuck. Glintblade Trio is like Magic Glintblade, but like 3 of them.
Whoa!
That's like 3 times the damage. For you telling me for the price of I'm getting choked up about it thinking about how good it is. You tell me for the price of 1 Glintblade, I can get 3. Well, that's the only reason it's not an S tier, because it's actually a much steeper price than 1 Glintblade. It's actually, I don't remember the exact FP, but it's fucking expensive is how much FP. That's what FP stands for. Fucking expensive.
Ooh, I see you.
You charge it. It does all 3 Glintblades at once. Do literally less charge damage than you would have if you had charged a single Glintblade. And as we all know, Glintblade is like the S tierest of the S tiers.
Of course.
Or at least one of them. My time's up.
I like how you, I like your approach to this. You're a numbers guy. You're an efficiency guy. I go by feel.
You just go by the vibe of the spell alone.
Well, yeah, vibes.
That'll fuck you sometimes.
Well, true, but when I die in style.
You die because you took Messmer Orb off a fucking cliff. And your animation's just going down 1,000 feet with the "you died" screen.
I might die screaming, and I might die falling, but at least I'm falling face first.
But that basketball hoop at the very bottom of this cliff is gonna get dunked on. You know what spell that I think of when I just think of like, oh man, this shit just plays the game for you. The first things that come to my mind, usually Glintblade. That's pretty up there.
Yeah.
The Phalanx spells, they're up there. But one sleeper hit that I wasn't expecting was the Minor Erdtree to be in S tier. That was a surprise to me. How do you feel about that one?
Well, in our modern life, I feel like we are sometimes just bombarded with choices and stress. And wouldn't it be nice, wouldn't it be great even, if you just took some time to relax and chill by nature? Well, now you have nature wherever you go. It doesn't matter if it's an office building or a deep dark dungeon. You have a tree that you can just plop down on the ground, you can sit down, and you can start healing like nature intended. Feel the soothing vibration just go straight through your body. Is it fantastic? I mean, maybe not, but if you have friends, they'd enjoy it too, so it's like everything is more fun together.
I love how the worse, the more dramatically we commit to the bit, the more we sound like we're starting a fucking video essay. Because it's like, have you ever been in nature? It's like, dude, this is a spell in a game.
Yeah, this is the metaphorical touch grass.
Yeah, and there's nothing more S tier than going outside. Last hurrah, here we go. Spank me. Spank it on me.
Ooh, okay.
Lather that shit up for me.
I'll take the Rings of Light. Miquella's rings, if you will, and we're gonna put that squarely in C tier.
So there is a fucking I can't even think of the word for it. There is a conga line. There is an amalgamation of meh that just surrounds this spell. First of all, it's not a Golden Order spell, so it can't be boosted by the seal, which, fucking sucks. And it gets boosted by the Dryleaf seal, I think, which is like, take away the bonus, and it's literally nothing. It doesn't even reach 300 scale, or it barely reaches 300 scaling with like 80 faith, I think. And the secondary rings, like when you hit an enemy with it, it doesn't track enemies, even though you'd expect it to. It's way too much FP for what it does. And it just, like, you get it caught on walls and shit, and you're just like, fuck, there goes 20x FP down the paper shredder, I guess, because I was a stupid idiot, because I put the spell in C tier.
I'll be honest with you. I completely forgot what this spell does, so I have no idea what this is.
It's like one of the best holy spells in the game.
Oh well, I should use that a little bit more then.
If you're going specifically by the numbers, it's one of the best holy spells in the game. And this game doesn't have the numbers is at the end all. Go fuck yourself if you look at. Stop looking at an Excel sheet.
Why did you turn into an old man?
I don't know. I tried to start like 5 different ideas there, and they all just ended in nothing.
Yeah, that was a weird amalgamation. If that idea could speak,
an amalgamation of meh.
Look,
it would be C tier.
No, I think
that joke was a C tier joke.
I think that was the phrasing equivalent of "please kill me now."
If you could put a sorcery or a spell and like put that as phrasing, that would be Rain of Fire. It would be a bunch of broken little kind of unfinished particles just raining down on somebody, and it just feels overwhelming to listen to. If anything, it doesn't actually do anything.
And that's one hell of a joke to send people to my video, right? Because this is where we send people to my video.
Yeah, we'd split it off.
Yeah.